Hey y'all, we'll start off in the greenhouse. We've been for a couple of weeks now because last week it was busy doing pruning, which I'll show you soon. At first, everything going well here. The Fragola strawberry variety in the greenhouse. It's doing right. Watch and enjoy. It's just in a couple of weeks, and these just we're not even into July yet, and these have already started to colour. The ones which are already so early, and easily the biggest bunches of grapes you'll ever see. It's a good supply as well. No shortage of them. Phenomenal. Right now, the grapes in the polytunnel. I've seen them for a couple of weeks because last week instead of filming I was doing some thinning out. I exposed a lot of the grapes to the sun because they're starting to grow. And as they grow they need a bit of sun. So the whole tree is a lot thinner now. There's a bit of air going over the top, a bit of light going over the top, and they're a lot thinner inside as well. Now you can actually see a bit more of the grapes now. No shortage of them either. And at the end of the greenhouse we've got this white grape variety. Don't ask me what it is, I haven't got a clue what it is. Again, giving them a bit more light as well, thinned them out. They now need to get a bit of sun. A lot thinner on this tree, but they are a nice grape if they ripen. Strawberry variety Fragola is as usual loaded. I don't think you could ask for much more on a grape tree really, because we're in a polytunnel here, so these ones are way ahead of any of the rest of them. This is the one that we'll get the bulk of the wine from, because it is a large old tree and they do all ripen. Let's move on. So on the other side of the polytunnel we've got this younger one, a couple of years old. And it has a few bunches. Nothing spectacular, but I've uncovered them as well, cleared some of the leaves back, thinned it out so it gets a bit more light. But it's got a few more years to go before it's fruiting properly. Quick look at the outdoor ones, also been thinned. I think I did them a few weeks back, so you've probably already seen them when they'd been done. I think this year we'll probably get, well, you've got about 5-6 bunches of grapes on them. Nothing brilliant, but it's the first time that they've produced. Hopefully next year this will also do a good crop. And this is the difference between the outdoor grapes and the greenhouse polytunnel grapes. Flowers are off, the grapes are on, but they're only just starting. At least we've got grapes. Probably a month or so after the rest of them, these might ripen. If we get some kind of decent summer, that is. Carries on like this, it should be good, because we've had a surprisingly good spring and not too bad a middle summer. Again, this is a strawberry variety as well. Outdoor carport grapes. Black Hamburg. Again, it's another one which I've given a severe thinning to, cutting out all the basically wasted branches, saving its energies. Now you can actually start to see some grapes. Some of them are actually quite advanced. The ones that were hidden in there I couldn't even see before. They've developed quite good. And it's going to be an okay crop. Yeah. Superb tree. Even without any grapes. It's a superb tree. With grapes, there's a couple of branches that's going to need chopped. It's the kind of thing you do. These 3 branches you could see growing leggy. I will snip them off. There's no point in them growing like that. Waste of energy. This time of year you want it doing nothing but putting everything into the grapes, leaving some leaves because it needs leaves, but then letting as much sun into the thing, so now you can actually see through and you see light. If I can see light, it means the grapes can see the sun. And there are a couple of grapes, not too bad. There's a cherry graft update. It's been quite a few weeks, and that one's doing good. Still the usual case of spraying soapy water. Tried some of the aphid killer stuff, but that was a waste of time, waste of money. I think they just grow twice as fast, breed twice as much. Still a daily process, spray it, but they're doing alright. Middle one was broke off. Don't know, something landed on it, bird landed on it, wind, whatever. But still at 2, that's why I always do more than one, because you always lose one. But that one's going good. Grape cuttings. Most of these are the Biancas, the big ones are the Biancas. Smaller ones, Italian variety, a red grape, black grape. They're doing okay as well. I've actually got now out of the grafts. That one failed, but I'm letting it grow from the bottom so I could try again. This one suddenly started growing, and this other one also started growing, so I've got two and possibly a third one trying to grow. Good otherwise. Of course, this Bianca cutting actually outgrew the table and I put 2 stakes on it. It's now as tall as me. See how we can see how long I could leave it here. If it's too long, I'll just put it in a bigger tub, put it outside somewhere, but very healthy looking. Because being inside, it's going to be healthy, it's going to be clean, avoid the bugs, avoid gale force winds, freezing cold, chucking it down rain. But they're doing good. The lemon really has taken off in the last couple of weeks. It's enjoying the sun. And just the way I want it. It's going to have a nice shape. Yeah, that's okay. And the second one too. After recovering from the winter, it's now growing great. Now in this experiment of figs, same again, did some severe pruning back in the greenhouse, and instead of throwing them in the bin, these ones I slice some of the bottoms, no rooting powder, but I slice some of the bottoms, lay them in this tray and cover the roots, and that's been a week. Obviously I'm not going to touch them, just leave them, see how they get on. And these ones I went all the way. So these ones were prunings, year old, some 2-year-old. Given these their own individual pots. Now if you've watched any of the root cutting, you basically scrape the bottoms, chop the bottoms at a node, give it a couple of scrapes, rooting powder, and I put these in pots, each individual. So that's the 3 different versions. This is the go all the way hard work. This one here, a lot less work, threw them in the bucket, and the ones, the third lot, they did nothing to stuck them in the ground without treating them. Now these are the cuttings which have done absolutely nothing to, just basically pruned the trees, didn't cut the bottoms, used no rooting gel, rooting powder, no nothing. Shoved them into this paint roller tray and covered the bottoms in earth, compost. And these were done just a few days ago. Another part of the experiment. Let's see just how easy they are. Of course, this is end of June, don't know, 28, 29 June. Still summer here, but these are the older lignified pieces that I cut off. So they're last year's wood. Some of them was actually thicker pieces, I think, several years old wood. And we'll see how they get on. Now the figs in the little microclimate wall had a bit of a shave, goes back inside. It's windy for a change. Yeah, it's windy for a change. This is what I'm aiming for. This kind of tree here. This one's okay as well. Bit leggy, but this is what I'm looking for. So being chopped right back, shot back inside, and cuttings will be made even now, middle of summer. This one's semi-cutted, this one hasn't been touched, and this one hasn't been touched because it's more or less the shape I want it. That's what I want them to look like. Let's move on. Now, as usual, before we get out to the rest of the grapes, the figs, and everything else, just keep you updated on this little Stella cherry in a pot, big pot, still a pot, undercover, good crop. Also got the, before we get out there, the lemon tree, also in a pot, outdoors in Scotland, very rare. Two, a few flowers, and now actually has a lemon. And once again, before we get out to the rest of the grapes and figs, cherry which is in a rotten position up against this wall, shaded, never sees the sun. It's a sour cherry, acid cherry. But considering everything, it's still doing okay. One day I think I'll dig that up, put it in a pot and put it somewhere where it does get the sun. It's windy today. Another uncovered outdoor cherry tree, this time in the ground. A few cherries, don't know why the birds haven't got it yet, but cats probably keep them at bay. It's a Stella, it's not loaded, but it does have cherries. Right, next is this acid cherry, and it is loaded, and again, I don't know why the birds haven't got this. Probably just have to thank the cats for that, but nowhere near being ripe. But still a good sight. It's windy today, did I mention that? Well loaded. Now the figs. Figs in the log cabin. Still growing straight, still growing. Happy with these. Haven't found a vine weevil for days now, I think, and that was about the only damage done. The rest. Can't complain about it. Nice. Now we're not even in July, and there's a first fig getting close to ripening. You can see the difference. That fig and this fig, not far from ripening. Main crop getting there. And this is one of the black Hamburgs, also starting to, that one I showed you a minute ago was a green fig, Italian variety. These are the black Hamburgs. Also starting to get there. Now this is the figs that I got most of my cuttings from. Give it a severe thinning, so now there's some light getting into the tree. Now we actually see some of the figs that are growing on it. How far they go, who knows. These are mostly main crops. This is I think a white variety. At least now they're getting the sun. So they've got a chance. So that's it for this week. Hopefully you can find time to do another one next week. By then I will have thinned down this one so there's a bit more light going into that. And these should even be more ripe. Right. See y'all later.